Hey, it's Debbie Potts, and I had this great idea today. I think it's great. I want to give you a 30-day challenge to hit your protein goals. So we always talk about Dr. Gabrielle Lyon and Dr. Lehman's protocol or ideal range for protein to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. They suggest, or Dr. Gabrielle suggests, 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. So if your goal, ideal body weight there you feel comfortable in is say 150, that is how many grams of protein you need per day, doing meals of 30 to 50 grams of protein spread out, which is why I think a lot of people we stopped doing so much intermittent fasting and a 1 meal a day OMAD and realized we were not stimulating our muscles to grow, to build muscle. And if you're like me, I'm trying to improve how I age, getting more muscles, getting stronger, getting faster, getting more powerful as I age, not what everyone tells me what will happen as I age, that I will get a slower metabolism, I'm going to gain weight, and I'm just going to lose everything I've been working on. You know what? That's not true if you do something about it. So I keep doing all these mini videos and solo podcasts on Thursdays on the audio version, lots of rabbit holes diving into what makes our metabolism get slower as we age. I do Pinoy metabolism testing and we get a big, huge report. We go over it together when I test clients. And you look at the reasons why our metabolism gets slower. It's silly. It's really ridiculous. They're all choices. So we need to change how we fuel, talking about protein today, and how we train to speed up our metabolism. And guess what? It doesn't mean less calories and more cardio. That doesn't work, right? You've probably been trying all the things that you think you need to do to lose weight, but that's not the solution. You probably realize that you're not changing your body composition by doing more time on the elliptical machine, doing more running, doing more biking. That's not what changes my body composition. I love to go for bike rides outside. I don't love sitting on a trainer. I rather just skip it. I'm not training for any races. I'm training for the race of life. And I know to change my body, to improve my body composition, I need to lift weights. So I prioritize going to the gym with my husband. Luckily, I have a great training partner, my all in one husband. We go to the gym in the morning and then we do a little bit of cardio because we enjoy it, not because it's what I'm doing to lose weight or anything. I like it. We go for long bike rides, not to burn calories, lose weight, is because we enjoy it. So I want to share this idea I had. It's the 30-day challenge for you to hit that protein goal. So if you are struggling to hit that goal, here's my suggestion. Perfect amino tablets are what I use. And I've done 3 podcasts on the YouTube channel you can find with Body Health. And I'll see if I can get the founder to come on the show again to talk a little bit deeper about this again. So Perfect Aminos, uncoated tablets, what I've been taking are the essential amino acids, or there's Perfect Amino coated tablets with organic coating applied for easy swallowing. Maybe that's what I get, but I must get that one because it's easy. I take 5 to 10 of them and I just toss them in my mouth. At first, I must say I was gagging, so you get used to it. Now, some people like the powder, and I wish I did. I don't like a lot of sweetness, and a lot of these sweeteners to have, or a lot of these amino drinks and protein drinks and bars and everything have stevia and monk fruit. I don't like that myself, and I know it's not an artificial sweetener, but I get headaches from certain stevias. Now, this one doesn't bother me so much. So you want to look at there's strawberry, mixed berry, lemon lime, mocha, chocolate, and vanilla. And there's no erythritol, aspartame, I don't know, what neotame, maltodextrin, or other sweeteners. But there is something in everything if it has a flavor. So you want to look at what are the ingredients. And so we have the essential amino acids in the drink mix. There is natural flavors, stevia, the rhubarb, boyd, side, and monk fruit, Himalayan pink salt, and a type of fruit. Now, I did ask Sean Wells, who's my go-to guy for questions on supplements, and he said to me, if I can find that message on my Instagram, it's the stevia rebaudioside A leaf extract that is a better source. And I don't quite know, I need to research that, but that did not give me a headache. And that is what is in this perfect aminos. So I'm trying to learn that. Chase told me this on our interview on these perfect aminos, that the type of stevia, like I love Element and I use the unsweetened all the time, every day in my water, but the powdered Element tea and their new soda cans give me a headache. So that led me down the rabbit hole of, okay, why does everyone have to use stevia monk fruit so much and everything? Why can't we just have monk fruit extract? Why do we have to have so much different sweeteners? So this doesn't bother me, but it's a little sweet. So I just do the tablets. Now I will order more of these because I'm not getting my goal protein in per day, which is my point of an October challenge. So if you want to join the challenge, save 20% with my coupon code, Coach Debbie Potts, on the Perfect Amino website. So you can try to hit your protein goals, 1 gram of protein per your pounds of ideal body weight. So for me, I'm tall, I'm 5'10" and a half. I need 150 grams of protein. Now, if you've been listening, not all proteins equal. So I found on Body Health, they have these really good new user guide on their perfect aminos. Why do we like perfect aminos? Because they're more protein. You'll get more protein. The amino acids already pre-digested. So for maximum utilization, it's best to take 30 minutes before other fats or proteins, or 1 to 2 hours after. If that's not possible, you'll get results in your 99% utilization. So you'll be able to use all these amino acids rather than some foods. You'll go into our 3 podcast videos we did on my channel that you'll learn that we don't get everything. Not all proteins equal. So I put all this in a blog. Essential amino acids or branched chain amino acids stimulate MPS, muscle protein synthesis. So just to backtrack, what I want you to do is tag me and go to Instagram. We're going to do this October challenge and see if you can get your goal of protein, and share with us and tag Perfect Aminos Body Health on Instagram how are you using your perfect aminos, and if you're getting your protein from ideally meat. You have to do the calculation if you're getting the right essential amino acid with the right leucine threshold. So example, I did eggs for breakfast. Well, I hate calling it breakfast, lunch, dinner. My first meal, I had the eggs and some cheese. And then I did have a double burger patty with pickles and some mustard, avocado mayo, and ketchup mixed together. Primal Kitchen. So we want to work on figuring out what that is going to look like for you. So I will share my meals on my Instagram, Coach Debbie Potts. Then I do need to get more, because that's still same getting 100 grams of protein that way. I still need to get another 50. I figured this out that I struggle hitting that goal, and I can't eat another meal, or I could, but my challenge for me is that I get up early to work out and go to the gym, as I said, at 4:30. I think we wake up. In my internal alarm clock, I wake up that time without alarm, sadly, but I go to bed at 8 p.m. So if you stop eating 3 hours before bed, so I need to stop eating at 5 p.m. And so I don't have kids to feed. So we eat lunch together, Neil and I, at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And so that makes me full at 3 o'clock to not eat at 5. But if I'm hungry, I'll have a little snack. And so we'll talk about that. Now, what type of workouts do you need to do? Strength training, 2, 3 times a week. If you can do some sprint interval training, if you've been fit, this is where I do personalized coaching, is figure out where are you, what have you been doing, what does your metabolism test say, if we get that done, and then work on our sleep, our stress management, movement throughout the day, getting our 10,000 steps, the top of the exercise session. So just to review, what is anabolic resistance? The body's diminished ability to build and maintain muscle mass in response to exercise and dietary protein. As we age, an efficiency of muscle protein synthesis decreases, leading to an imbalance between muscle breakdown and muscle building. So remember the catabolism, anabolism, break down, build up, teeter totter. We want more building up to outnumber the breaking down. Why does this happen? So this is why I could spend hours going down rabbit holes, but I don't make money that way. So I can't do that full time, but I wish I could get paid to go down rabbit holes. Hormonal changes for women and men, our hormones get lower. So aging is reduced. Levels of hormones is growth hormone, testosterone for men and women, and estrogen for women. And this is crucial for muscle maintenance. Increased inflammation. We are going to talk a lot about that. I just put together a blog of articles. Chronic low-grade inflammation will interfere with muscle repair and growth. This is why I do functional lab testing as an FDN practitioner, and I do nutritional therapy practitioner. We do a full analysis of signs and symptoms, and I put all that together. And then we look at your exercise and nutrition and lifestyle habits, and then we supplement where we need to based on a protocol, based on your lab tests. Now, low-grade inflammation, that's going to be probably showing up and when we do the functional lab tests. Hormones, immune system, detoxification, digestive system, your energy systems, your nervous systems. We look at all that with various labs altogether. Okay, and then we have reduced sensitivity to anabolic stimuli. So older, as we age, we require even more protein. And I would not say I'm an older adult. I'm 52, almost 53. And I just had my 50th birthday party a few years ago. I was like, how is that? I'm turning 53 this year. I don't know. But as we age, skip the whole older adult crap. Not going to be talking about myself as an older adult. I don't even like the word middle age. As we age, higher quality proteins to stimulate MPS is what we need. So you'll hear even Dr. Stacy Sims say, after women work out, we need 40 to 50 grams, not 20 to 30. So the research they're doing is showing up that we're not going to get that same response with 20 grams. We need to double it. And that's where I decided today on my morning hike that, all right, I wonder if other people really struggle with this. And I know a lot of my clients I train say, it's impossible to get that much protein. That's where perfect aminos come in. All right, just to review another definition of MPS, muscle protein synthesis is a process in which the body builds new protein. So remember the word anabolism, build, catabolic breakdown. Involves incorporation of amino acids into muscle fibers stimulated with exercise and dietary protein. So I've read some research studies. They didn't get the same results with just exercise alone or just protein alone. So it is great, even better to do both of them. And this is why I think so many people struggle as they age, because majority of people don't do resistance training, and majority of people barely eat enough protein. I know my mom has those protein shakes, and all of her friends are doing Ensure as their protein. Well, some of them just have 10 grams or 20 grams, so they're really probably only getting 10 grams from that. And it depends if it's plant-based protein, or if it's the grass-fed whey that you can get at least through Orgain protein drinks at Costco. I know how to, because everyone, my mom's friends, they all shop at Costco for that stuff. So you want to get quality protein. We'll talk about that too in some more episodes. So preventing sarcopenia, we need to do resistance training, adequate protein. I like Dr. Gabrielle's suggestion, the 1 to 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight, not the 1 to 2 grams of protein kilogram. I don't even know what that makes out to, but I just think if you're not weighing yourself in kilograms like the rest of the world, they do kilograms, we do pounds in just North America. So we want to do the 1 to 1. So I'd have to do the math, figure out what that is, but evenly distribute throughout the meals. So spacing the meals of the 20, 30 grams. I think you have to get 40 to 50 grams if you're trying to get your goal weight, depending on how much you weigh, because even the minimum is 100 grams a day. That if you do 3 meals a day, you might be getting that. But if you're just doing 20 grams a day, you got to eat a lot of meals. So 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, that's a lot of meals. So I would rather eat a larger portion of meat to get 40, 50 grams of protein. But I know other conversation we need to have, I just posted this on Instagram today, that you can't digest it properly. So especially if you have elevated H. pylori, you have poor stomach acid, you have low HCl, you're going to have digestive issues. So we want to do the functional lab testing as a GI test to figure out more. So adequate protein, optimized nutrition, body composition, we want to watch insulin levels. And again, $12 to get on your own. Your doctor's not going to do it. I guarantee you, everyone's doctor says, I won't test your insulin because you're not diabetic. Don't wait until you're diabetic. It's a preventative measure. You should know what your insulin level is and tracking your hormones. Now, estrogen plays a big role. So you can listen to the podcast I did on hormones. We have another one coming up, but with Karen Martell, about you can get estrogen cream that she sells over the counter for like $50. So head to Karen Martell's website, estrogen and progesterone cream for women, or you can go see your doctor and try to get progesterone cream or patch is popular as well. Now, athletes, we want to give you a more tailored program, figure out how you should do your cardio, how you should do your interval training, your sprint interval training. And that's where I think it's helpful to meet with a coach and figure out your fueling and your training and matching your nutrition for what intensity and duration of your workouts. We kind of work on that together. Now, you can dive into this blog, anabolic resistance, insulin resistance. How is this all connected? So I did a deep dive into that, but really focus on getting your amino acids. So lots of information from Perfect Aminos. What is amino acids? Looking at all that, and then the summary of it. So essential amino acids are 9 amino acids. And I just saw someone I know promote BCAAs, and I keep reading that you must have these 9 amino acids for muscle protein synthesis. So if you are taking branched chain amino acids, you need to switch to essential amino acids. The 3 amino acids are branched chain, but to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, we need all 9. So I don't know why, because here it says again, the role of muscle protein synthesis. EAAs are required to stimulate and complete muscle protein synthesis. Without the presence of EAAs, the body cannot efficiently create new muscle protein. You do get leucine in the BCAAs because it has leucine, isoleucine, and valine, and 3 BCAAs. But if you're trying to trigger for MPS, you need to have all the other essential amino acids. Okay, the protein synthesis cannot be sustained or completed effectively without essential amino acids. So those selling BCAAs, that might work for maybe brain. I don't know. I used to take them during I took them during Ironmans on the long bike ride part to help avoid breaking down muscle for fuel, but for muscle protein synthesis, we need to have all of them. So EAs are involved in building proteins, enzyme production, hormone regulation, immune function, overall tissue repair. We want to get all those 9 to help for muscle growth and repair. And essential amino acids are more effective than branched chain amino acids for overall muscle protein synthesis. Okay. So you need to have them basically, the essential amino acids. All right. So again, just summary 22 amino acids. We have essential amino acid, the 9. You get the non essential amino acids can be synthesized by the body. Now, won't go into all that, but if you want to read amino acid functions in the body, I like reading body health blogs and articles, but sometimes I like to see a bullet list. I took some of their blogs and put them into a bullet list. So you can read all this if you want to dive in and geek out about amino acids. There are 8, I just said 9. 8 essential amino acids are imperfect aminos. But what I want to share with you is the protocols. So if you're trying to hit muscle protein synthesis, MPS, we need to get the supplements in with our food. Okay, so let's get down. See, I go too many rabbit holes. This is the important part, protein utilization chart used to build protein. So converted to sugar and fats versus percentage to use and build protein. The perfect aminos are 99% utilized because they're already broken down. Whole eggs, we get about 48% to build protein. Meat, poultry, fish, 32%. Whey protein is only 18%. And then branched chain amino acids that people are taking are only 1%. So we can go to this packet. I can send you, if you message me on Body Health User Guide, when to take them. It has how much your weight, how many you take. So take 2 servings first thing in the morning and before bed. What is a serving? I think it's 5 tablets for what I'm doing. So the capsules or tablets are 5 is 1 serving. So I need to take 10 of those and then 5 to 10 at night. Okay. So taking 2 servings a day is most effective when taking 2 servings in a day, it is more effective when taken at the same time, not to split up. So read over this. If you work out daily, you might want to add 1 to 2 servings above that. So this is just overall health and energy. So 2 servings in the morning, 1 before bed, and then 20 to 30 minutes before a workout for maximum endurance prevention of muscle loss, or if you're not eating before a workout, and then recovery. Some larger people do intensive 1 to 2 hour workouts, use perfect aminos as their main protein source. They take 2 servings in the morning, 2 servings before their workout, then 2 before bed. So great resource if you're an elite athlete. You could raise it more. Intermittent fasting, you're doing ketosis. So you can read this great handout and then replacing your protein with the Body Perfect Aminos, Body Health Perfect Aminos. And then what do you eat in your meals? How are you going to get the 30 to 40, 50 grams of protein per meal? I would look at just keeping it simple. I have meat. And I'm not anti-vegetable, I'm not strict carnivore, but I am prioritizing protein. So the rest of the meal, sometimes I just feel like having the burger. I'll have some pickles that we get, those ones at Costco. Maybe I have some avocado mashed and egg on my burger patty. It just depends. Sometimes I have some romaine lettuce with some Parmesan on it and a Caesar dressing type that meal makes. So I'm not just having that. Sometimes we have sweet potatoes or smashed potatoes. But check this out. This is a great resource. And if you want to join the challenge, I'm doing it for the month of October. And this is kind of my deep dive into amino acids, but we can look at that handout. It's easier. I just put it all into here. And then if you want to do more vegan, it's a little more complicated, but you have to figure out how to combine the proteins. I put that into this long blog. I need to make it smaller. Then grass-fed whey versus vegan protein. You really have to be creative, but then you don't want to get too many calories. So if you are plant-based, That's why I think taking these perfect aminos are beneficial because they are vegan and you can hit your protein. I just rather you eat real food, but getting the protein in your food and then make up for that where you're lost. Dr. Gabrielle had a great podcast. I copied some show notes with Mike Mutzel, my friend on high intensity health a few years ago. She was on my podcast 4 years ago. And then Dr. Stacy Sims talks a lot about protein and hitting for females that we need more protein afterwards. So you can read about protein and going into kisspeptin and the thyroid and all that. So head to Body Health, check out these tablets, save with our coach, Debbie Potts link and join the October challenge and just try 30 days. Can you get your protein goals per day? At least 100 grams, but your goal, remember, is 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight. And then you need to do your strength training 2 to 4 times a week. And then still make sure you're walking, you're moving, getting up and moving throughout the day. So you're getting those 10,000 steps. That strength training and your cardio, if you're doing some zone 2 training, you're doing some interval training, maybe you add that into the end of your strength training. That is separate from movement, walking throughout the day. So we want to look at all that. And then there's stress, managing your stress, doing your box breathing, doing your mindful meditation walks, creating that sleep hygiene routine, but just pick one thing. So that's why Neil told me just pick one thing to work on this month. We were talking about that today. So I decided protein. I just want to work on hitting my protein goals. So I challenge you to join me in a 30-day challenge to hit that 150 or whatever your number is for you goal per day. And let's figure out how to get it so we can stimulate muscle protein synthesis and build some muscles and get leaner and stronger and faster as we age and speed up that metabolism is what the end result will be. So let me know if you have questions and thanks for joining me on the challenge. Coach Debbie Potts signing out.